is up, people? Everybody. Sorry. What is up, everybody? Not people. Boy, is it a windy day out here. It's like 65 degrees. And we're headed out to Albert G's barbecue. I've never been there before, and I love me some barbecue food. But it's like all the way on the other side of town. Man, I know Halloween is over, right? I know that. But I've got some spooky stories to tell you guys. Some stuff's been happening the past few days. It's been real spooky. So, I don't even know where to begin. So basically, it all started when I was home and my wife was home. And I was in my stream room, like my room. It's got my PC and my 3 monitors and a couch, and that's pretty much it, because that's all I do in there is just play video games. But I was sitting in there, and my wife was in the living room. My buddy Josh was coming over. Josh gets there, and my wife lets him in, and I'm still sitting in the room. But I can hear that he's there, you know. I can hear the door open, the dogs going crazy because there's a new person in the house. Oh my god, let's go nuts. And my dog's freaking out. And I'm thinking like, oh, okay, Josh is here. So I'm sitting there, and I can hear him walking back towards my room. And he opens my door, and he looks at me, and he looks freaked out. Like super freaked out. And I'm like, what's up? And he turns around and like, so my house has a hallway, and that room is like middle of the hallway. Well, my bedroom is right across the hall from that, kind of catty-cornered. And then across the hall from that is another room that is my, it's my wife's like art room. And he walks in there, and he's looking really freaked out, and he turns around, and like my bedroom door is cracked open just a little bit, like it's like open about a foot, and he like stares at my bedroom door, and he turns around and looks at me again, and he goes, "Did you not just walk into your room?" And I was like, I kind of chuckled. I was like, no. And he turns around and looks back at my bedroom again. He's like frozen. He's like halfway in the door, and he like won't move. And he's like staring at my bedroom door, and he turns around and looks at me, and he goes, "You didn't just walk into your room?" And I said, "No." And he goes, "Well," he was like, "I swear I just saw something walk into your bedroom." He was walking towards the hall. Apparently he saw what he thought was me walk from my wife's art room across the hall into our bedroom, which, mind you, my wife's art room door is closed. So he sees what he thought was me walk across the hall and go into my bedroom. And he didn't think anything of it, because he was just like, oh, okay, there he is. And he was just going to go in the computer room and just go in there. That's usually where we chill and hang out anyway. But then he opens the door, and I'm sitting there, and he's like freaked out because he thought that he just saw me walk into a whole different room. I didn't really think anything like serious of it, and I kind of chuckled, and I was like, well, where's my wife at? And he was like, she's in the living room, she's in there. And I was like, well, we're the only ones here, so no, nothing walked into my room. And because I was being so nonchalant about it, I guess he just like let it go, and he was just like, okay. And he walks into the room, sits down, and we just move on. We start talking about something else. It was like a little spooky, but not really, because I mean, people, you know, you see shit out the corner of your eye all the time, you know. That night, I had a dream where I was at this big house. I was at a giant house, and my whole family was there. In this house, this giant house, it was like obviously haunted. It was like poltergeist stuff, like shit was just moving. I was literally watching shit just move around the room, like plain as day. It was almost comical how like obvious this was, right? And I remember trying to tell my family this place was haunted, and they're all like, no, like you're being weird, like, you know, don't do that. There's these stairs that lead up to, like, you know, upstairs, and at the top of these stairs, there's like a bathroom, and I'm like walking at the bottom of these stairs, and I'm just casual, and I hear like a blood-curdling scream, like somebody's screaming bloody murder, and it's like upstairs in that bathroom. And I'm thinking like, oh shit, like somebody's hurt or something. And I swing the door open, and there's like nothing there, dude. And that's where shit started getting real creepy, because like poltergeist, whatever, seeing figures walking in my house, like that was a little spooky, but whatever, you know. But like the whole like distraction thing, like calling you up there, like I ran straight up there, dude, and there's nothing there. Like I think I did exactly what it wanted me to do. And then I woke up and I had sleep paralysis. I'm sure a lot of you know what sleep paralysis is. If you don't know what it is, look it up at your own risk, because it's some scary shit, dude. It's some scary shit. People experience it though, and this isn't the first time I've experienced it. I've experienced it a few times before, but I'm gonna explain why it's so kind of really, really spooky. Why me experiencing sleep paralysis is like a really scary thing. So I woke up from this dream, and I'm laying in my bed, and I cannot move. I'm fully awake. I am fully awake. I'm fully conscious of the situation. I know that I just woke up from a dream. I remember the dream. I know I'm in my room. I know what time it is. I know everything. I am fully awake, and I can open my eyes, and I can look around the room with as far as my eyeballs can look, but I can't move my head. I can't move anything on my body. Oh my God, that's so loud. Hello? Alright. Bye. So I could look around the room with my eyeballs, but I can't move, dude. I couldn't even move my fingers. And the way I was laying on bed, like I could tell that my hand, you know, I'm like paralyzed, but I can still feel stuff, you know what I mean? Like I'm not like numb, and I can feel my hand is like ever so slightly laying on my wife's arm, like over the blanket, and she's fucking asleep. I'm panicking because I can't move. I'm literally frozen. I can't talk. I can't move. It's hard to explain unless you've ever experienced it. You can feel your muscles straining, like you're legitimately putting in effort to try to fucking move, and you just can't. You're just literally paralyzed. But I remember I could hear my wife breathing, and I could hear me breathing, and then I could hear something else breathing, and that's when I really started to panic. And that's pretty typical with like sleep paralysis. A lot of people can hear stuff in the room with them, like hear things in the room with them that aren't there, and a lot of people can see things in the room. Like a lot of people see shadow people. I could hear it. I could hear something else breathing in the room. It was really, really weird. So I'm starting to panic. My hand was like ever so slightly like on my wife's arm, and I'm like trying to pinch my fingers together. Like I'm trying to pinch her on the arm basically, to get her to, because I couldn't move, and I'm trying to pinch her on the arm to get her to wake up, because if she woke up, she would roll over and wake me up basically, and it'd break me out of that paralysis. And since I'm like paralyzed, I can't move anything. I felt like I was pinching her hard enough that she should have been screaming bloody murder at me. Like I felt like I was pinching the shit out of her arm, but I wasn't doing anything. She wasn't waking up, and I kind of like calmed down. I was paralyzed, but I calmed down for a second. I've like kind of recognized what was happening, because like I said, this is not the first time this has happened, and I I kind of like took all my fucking energy that I had, and I just like threw it like all in my arm to like move my arm, and my arm ever so slightly buckled away. And if you've ever had sleep paralysis, you know what this feels like. But as soon as my arm broke loose, I felt my entire fucking body like come back to life, and I was able to move and breathe, and I just sat up and I'm like breathing heavy and shit. And then my wife wakes up and she's like, oh my god, you know what happened, blah blah blah. And oh god, it's just spooky shit, man. But the reason sleep paralysis is such a creepy thing for me, I mean, it's creepy in general. Nothing even has to happen. You could get sleep paralysis and be freaked out for days. You won't. If you've ever experienced sleep paralysis, like, you know what I'm talking about. You don't sleep the next night. Like, it is hard to fucking sleep the next night. And it's hard to go back to sleep after it happens. But for me in particular, I've had sleep paralysis 3 times now. The other 2 times I've had sleep paralysis, one of them was 2 years ago. And the night that I had sleep paralysis, we woke up the next morning, and that's when we had got word that my grandpa had died. And then I had sleep paralysis one more time after that, and it was exactly a year later, and I had sleep paralysis, and it was the night that my grandma had died. My both on the same side. And it's really, 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 really tough to like explain to you guys why that's like. I mean, that's spooky enough already as it is, but if like, there's a lot of family history. I'm not gonna go into it. I can't go into it. Shit, I don't think most people would even believe me. And if they did, I don't really want that information out there. But there's a lot of family history on a certain side of my family that is super dark history, very dark history. And that was the side of the family, my grandma and grandpa. But I had sleep paralysis. They died a year apart. And both times I had sleep paralysis that night. It's weird, man. Some spooky shit. Some real spooky shit. Skirt. All right, I'm gonna go in and get some barbecue, and I'll talk to you guys in a bit. He's got an exhaust that I could fit my whole head into. It's about 3 inches off the ground. He hits one good bump, that thing's gone. He's completely missing the fucking driver's side mirror. Where the hell is Whistling Diesel when you need him? We got a truck that needs to disappear. I am full now, so I'm gonna go home and try not to pass out into a food coma. I'm gonna try to go on the computer, go live. It feels really nice having a routine of doing this whole YouTube thing and then also doing Twitch in between the gaps, you know? It allows me to take the focus off the bike stuff 24/7. It's a nice little balance, you know? Dang. That's a little dangerous, isn't it? There's a little plane there and there's a little plane there. They're like kind of really close to each other. I don't know what the rules are on shit like that. I mean, they're tiny little like Cessna-sized planes, but whoa, what is going on here? The hell is going on here? Have I been that bad? That cop was going through oncoming traffic. Oh, there was a crash. Why did he come this way? Dang! 4 of them. There's 4 of them. Jeez. What are you guys doing? That's a lot of cars piling up. Well, I'm probably just going to go ahead and end the video right there because I can't think of anything else to talk about. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you want more content, go ahead and check out my Twitch channel down in the description below. I'm live almost every night. We just chill and hang out and just talk shit to each other, you know, normal things. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one.